Hey everyone out there, my name is Dylan and I'm the co-host and the creator of the Somethin Or Other Tour, a web series where my brother Cole and I just explore and travel a bunch of random places. From sports venues to abandoned buildings to strange museums to world famous landmarks, we love it all. We just wanted to do something positive and maybe a little informative and a little inspirational in a fun, goofy way. Recently our second cousin found some boxing records online from our great-great-grandfather, a guy who went by the name of Indian Pete. We had always heard stories about our great-great-grandfather, but we didn't know much about him, so this was the first tangible piece of information we ever found. All we knew that he was full-blooded Iroquois from upstate New York and he was a boxer. As I mentioned before, we have a thing for sports venues and sports history, so to find this was amazing. So I started researching all his bouts and the venues that he fought in, and I found that the only one that still stands today is a place that was called the Broadway Auditorium in Buffalo, New York. Since the 1950s, the city of Buffalo has been using it as a storage facility for snowplows and things like that. I decided we should go try to see it for ourselves. Just imagining the thrill of actually being in that building where our great-great-grandfather boxed has led me on a nearly obsessive mission to make this happen. We want to piece together this family history. I've already spoken to 2 newspapers and 2 museums that will allow us to comb through their archives and find any information we can. I figured this would be a more meaningful and a bigger operation than our usual silly guerrilla style videos. I want this to be a full-fledged documentary, much bigger and better than our usual weekly episodes, which are cool, which are still cool, they're still really cool. I'm usually the most stubborn person in the world when it comes to asking for any sort of help, but the truth is we really need help to make this happen. As someone in the film industry told me, if you want to be successful in this line of work, you have to learn how to fundraise and crowdsource. So here I am throwing my ego and my dignity to the side and asking for your help. My preliminary budget rounded up so far is as follows. About $1,100 for airfare for 3 of us. Yeah, I said 3 of us. We can't do this alone. Luckily, I have a buddy of mine that's an incredible director and he's willing to help. So for his services, I want to give him at least about $1,000 up front. And trust me, he's worth 1,000 times that. $400 for a hotel with 2 beds and 1 cot, which I'll sleep on. $300 for a new lavalier mic system so we can strengthen our audio. $400 for a camera rental for the week. $50 for a new tripod since Cole broke our last one. $100 for a bunch of new memory cards because we're going to be shooting this in 4K and all my cards are getting old. That brings us to about $3,350, but I rounded up to $3,500 just to play it safe. Now this is a huge undertaking and I never thought in a million years I'd be asking for this much money from anybody. But the fact is we need help if we're going to be able to piece this family history together. I work freelance and do a whole bunch of odd jobs just to self-fund our web series and keep it going. And I'm aiming for film festivals and things like that, so this is a much bigger undertaking. I'm going to be working at least 6 or 7 days a week leading up to this trip just to make sure we have as much extra funds available as possible. If we have the budget, we'll extend the trip into a whole bunch of Somethin Or Other Tour episodes while we're there. We already have a huge list of really cool things we'd love to see, including Ralph Wilson Stadium where the Buffalo Bills play, to check that off our stadium list. But we promise, any donated funds won't go to these extra episodes. All donated funds will be strictly for the documentary. We'll self-fund everything else ourselves. We'll have perks listed on the GoFundMe page. And if we have any extra funds available after the trip, we're thinking about doing some sort of contest or something like that so we could donate that money to somebody's charity of choice. So I graciously ask for any help whatsoever with this project. I think it's a great story with way more angles to it than I can say in this short video. And the truth is, me and my brother are the only ones left on that side of the family that can piece this history together before it's lost forever. I'm incredibly passionate about this. And I want to produce a documentary that lives up to the passion and the excitement that I feel for this. And I hope that it can inspire people to find their family history because there's amazing stories out there that are being lost to time. Thank you very much to anyone out there that's ever supported or watched the Somethin Or Other Tour. It means more than I can put into words. And thank you to anybody out there that donates or helps spread the word. It means everything. Thank you. Somethin Or Other Tour.